Come outside. Outside.
Who else is in the house, ma'am?
My 2 children and my husband.
Where's your husband at?
Calm down. Calm down.
You want the children down?
Call them all down.
Mr. Jones, come down the stairs. Now!
Police, come down now.
Search warrant.
Bring your
Come down the
children.
stairs.
My children!
Hang on, let me clear
He
behind you.
just pointed a gun at my children!
Search warrant. Come outside. Outside.
Who else is in the house, ma'am?
My 2 children and my husband.
Where's your husband at?
Calm down.
Shalom. I want to start by giving all fear, honors, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Shalom to apostles, the elders, House of David, Great Millstone. Shalom to the 144,000 men, the elect, and the 1/3 of Israel, the men, women, and children that take heed and believe that that in Yahushai shall rise first. This is Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Psalms 56:3. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. So the time is becoming darker and darker, but if you have faith, you will be holding on to that faith, because ultimately you would know that the only salvation is Yahweh Bashim Yashai. This is Joshua 1:9. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy power is with thee whithersoever thou goest. So the Lord is with us everywhere we go, because we keep the Lord in our mind. And that's why we shouldn't really fear anything that can happen unto us in our flesh, but fear Yahweh Bashim Yashai, because he can kill both flesh and body, and both flesh and soul. Let's see. Philippians 4:6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yashai, and the peace of Hamashiach, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Yahushai. Isaiah 41:13. For I, the Lord, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. So the Lord is going to help us. Let's see here. Psalms 118:6. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me? Proverbs 22:4. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. See, that's true riches. That's true honor right there, and life. Anything that is not with Yahweh Bashim Yashai is fake. Proverbs 15:33. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. So you got to be patient in this. You got to be very patient to receive honor. You got to really humble yourself to receive honor. You can't buy honor. You have to earn it. Psalms 118, Psalms 103 and 13. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. And like we seen in the opening clip, right, where we see these agents with using a search warrant, right, and their guns pointing and having no pity or mercy, right, to a so-called whistleblower. And I have an article here from blacklistednews.com. It's titled "Florida State Police Raid Home of COVID Whistleblower, Point Guns at Her and Her Children and Family, Seize All Her Computer and Equipment." It says, "This is insane. Earlier this year, we wrote about Rebecca, the data scientist working for Florida, who put together that state's COVID-19 database that had received widespread praise, and who was fired by the state for her failure to fake the data to make it look like Florida was handling the pandemic better than it actually was. Governor Ron DeSantis had made it clear he wanted data showing good results in order to justify reopening the state." See that? So these devils, they make fake news, man. Everything is just completely fake in order to control the masses, control the people. It says, as Jones herself explained after being fired, quote, "I was asked by DOH leadership to manually change numbers. This was a week before the reopening plan officially kicked off into phase 1. I was asked to do the analysis and present the findings about which counties met the criteria for reopening. The criteria followed more or less the White House panel's recommendations, but our epidemiology team also contributed to that as well. As soon as I presented the results, they were essentially the opposite of what they had anticipated. The whole day while we're having this kind of back and forth changing this, not showing that the plan was being printed and stapled right in front of me. So it was very clear at that point that the science behind the supposedly science-driven plan didn't matter because the plan was already made." So you really can't trust this devil in his science. This is all made up. It says, since then, Jones has been running Florida COVID Action, which is a dashboard of Florida COVID information, like the one she used to run for state. And apparently Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis couldn't allow that to stand. This afternoon, Rebecca posted a short Twitter thread with video showing Florida State Police raiding her home. As she notes, when they asked her who else was in the home, she told them that her husband and children were upstairs and they pulled out their guns. You see that? So the devil is willing to kill anybody that's going in the way of this devil establishing his new world order, right? Because he doesn't want to let go of this kingdom, and his time is up. It continues saying, "This is horrifying on so many levels. Why was her home raided? Why did they pull out guns? Why did they do it after she told them that it was her children upstairs? Why did they seize all of her electronics equipment? Why are they doing any of this? Because they're the devil. They're the devil, Esau, Edom, that the Bible speaks of. And he is very, very wrath because he has but a short time. Continue saying, Jones has been doing everything to better inform the public of what's happening in the middle of a pandemic, and this is the thanks she gets, having her home raided by police and having guns drawn on her children. And to finish the article, it says, this is not supposed to happen. This should not happen. It is horrifying, and I hope that Jones is able to retain powerful legal help to fight back against this clear violation of her civil liberties and a clear authoritarian overreach by Governor DeSantis. Hey, there's no such thing in this place as um, uh, uh, like freedom of speech anymore. The thing is, people got confused. They thought this place was the land of the free, but really it's the land of the Freemason, right? The elites, the Esau, Edom, the devil. This place is complete anti Yahushai. I'm gonna bring a precept. See, but we have to really be prepared, because if they're going down like that on their own people that are whistleblowers, right? Imagine onto the elect, or imagine onto Jake, or 2/3, because that's how the Lord is going to judge the 2/3, using the enemy. But the 1/3 in the elect should be saved out of it. But they really want to look for the elect, They really want to deceive the very elect if it was possible. But that's not going to happen. Because the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, has already won the battle. And his glory is through us. See. Because we are embracing the light, See here. This is Job 6:14. To him that is afflicted, pity should be showed from his friend, but he forsaketh the fear of the Almighty. Psalms 33:18. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. See, a lot of people are hoping for another check from the government. That's what they hope for. They hope for everything to go back to normal. They hope for their a raise or their job, or go back to work. That's what they hope for. But we hope for the mercy of Yahweh Ba'asim Yahushai, because we know that the Lord is coming to establish his judgment and establish his kingdom. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Romans 13:7. Render therefore to all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor. Luke 12:32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And we rejoice in that, because not many men are doing the works. So if you find yourself doing the work sincerely and truly, right, feeding the sheep, blowing the trumpet, going out in highways and byways, then you can be very well of that number of the elect, and you should be rejoicing, and making sure you're keeping that crown, and sharpening your sword, and making your election sure. Because you can never do enough for Yahweh Bashim Yashai. So you gotta do the most that you can while you can. 2 Timothy 1:7, for Yahweh Bashim Yashai hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind. This is another article from rtnews.com titled New York lawmakers introduce a bill to make COVID-19 vaccine mandatory. What about my body, my choice? Critics wonder. Says proposed legislation to make COVID-19 vaccinations mandatory in New York has come under fire from critics who are recalling the state's 2019 abortion bill and asking, where have our rights to control our own bodies gone? The state assembly bill, which was introduced by Manhattan Democrat Linda Rosenthal, says in its summary that COVID-19 vaccination would be compulsory in certain situations, but it later says any mandate would apply to all individuals or groups or individuals who, as shown by clinical data, are proven to be safe to receive such vaccine. And continues saying, such a mandate would be triggered into effect if public health officials determine that New Yorkers are not developing sufficient immunity from COVID-19. The bill says the only exception would be people who have exemptions written by their doctors for medical reasons. The bill was referred to the State Assembly's Health Committee for discussion. It was introduced weeks after New York State Bar Association passed a resolution urging that the state to mandate COVID-19 vaccinations and deny exemptions for religious, philosophical, or personal reasons, right? So this devil is getting ready to make this COVID mandatory and to deny exemptions for religious reasons, right? So that's ultimately forcing and trying to deceive the very elect, right? So that's how you know prophecies are coming to pass, and it's going to be the final showdown, where the Lord is going to have, Yahweh is going to have no choice but to send Yahushai, right, to protect the very elect. Hebrews 13:6, so that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man should do unto me. Read it again. So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what men shall do unto me. And that is bold. And you really got to believe in that. You got to put away those thoughts about what men can do unto you, and really trust in the Lord. Think about what the Lord can do unto you, not what men can do unto you. Because the Lord has and can do way more scary things to you, man. Psalms 27:3, though an host should encamp against me, my heart should not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. Psalms 27:1, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Proverbs 3:7, be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. Romans 8:15, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. Yahweh Bashim Yashai. Now I'll get my last precepts, but it's a beautiful thing to fear the Lord more than anything else, because that's how you would take heed and work your salvation and and make your election sure. That's how you keep pushing. That's how you humble yourself in pure humility and receive honor. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy power, he it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. And that's who we rely on. That's the power and the strength that we rely on. Second Corinthians 7:1. Having therefore these promises, right? Because these are beautiful promises. Receiving power, salvation, receiving our kingdom, rest, receiving the victory. Those are all promises, man. It says, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You see that? So we have to keep preparing ourselves for that promise, that reward that the Lord has ready for us. But we got to keep continue the fight and keep cleansing ourselves, perfecting ourselves, so the Lord, and that we don't lose our reward. Luke 2:10, and the angel said unto them, fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. Let's see. Psalms 103:17. But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him. Key word, you have to fear him. And if you're doing whatever you want in life and not according to this word, then you don't fear the Lord. You don't fear what the Lord thinks about you and what he will do to you. And see, and his righteousness unto children's children, to such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. Right? Remember commandments, right? Step 1, and also step 2, to do them. You have to do the commandments, not just know them. Those are the law. That's the law, right? And you don't want to break the law of the Most High and the Most Powerful, because then you're going to have to pay consequences. Deuteronomy 10:12, and now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy power require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy power. Right? So what's love? Love is the following of the commandments. Listening to the Lord and walking in his ways. That is love. It says to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul. So not half, but the whole heart and the whole soul. And to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. So the Lord commands us to follow his path, but it's for our own good. It's for our own good. See. All right, last 3 precepts. Isaiah 51:12. I, even I, am he that comforteth you. Who art thou that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man which shall be made as grass? Matthew 28:5. And the angel answered and said unto the woman, Fear not, yea, for I know that ye seek Yahushua, which was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay. So the Lord overcame death. It's the last precept, Jeremiah 10:3. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs to born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. You see that? Those are the customs of this world, the custom of this people. You know, which is the spirit. We're coming in the time of Christmas, right? But these people, they follow their own customs, right? Which are in vain. Really, really worthless and pathetic. You know what I'm saying? So that these people are weak and completely wicked. So that's why the Lord is gonna come here and completely destroy these people. But the Lord had it where they have no power at all, because wickedness has overcome them. And with that, I just want to close it. Prepare yourself, brothers, for trials and tribulation, but do not be afraid, because if you fear Yahweh Bashim Yashai, you shouldn't be afraid of anything else. And with that, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Shalom, Abba, Babal, Kwam, Yasharala, Shalom.